For people who've just joined, this is a session on Jaina projects. There are some Jaina project leaders that are here who are sharing their experience, and we're brainstorming on how to take these projects to the next level. All right? So that is really the core of this wonderful discussion that we're having.
The chairman of World Community Services, Bhupesh Mehta, who is not able to come here, so I'm doing presentation on his behalf for World Community Service, but I'm going to talk about the upliftment project also that I'm doing. The theme of this convention, global impact. This World Community Service, right from its inception, has been doing that. I'm going to go through the mission and quickly scan through. Some of you might not know what World Community Service is doing, and then get to the point. I'll be fast and I'll scan as soon as possible. The mission is to serve humanitarian services worldwide, keeping in mind the Jain principles and guidelines. So we started with helping people with disasters like earthquake, floods, and all that. So I'm quickly going to go through. 1991 we started with the earthquake in Uttarkashi, and I'm just going to skip 93. This Latur earthquake, that was a major thing. We actually had 55 houses built and a primary school and adopted 1,500 orphans. We were awarded the Institution of the Year by Red Cross Society. In 1996, we actually got the registration from Indo-US Bilateral Agreement of 1966, which means that we were able to send equipment. Right from its inception in 91, the doctors, they wanted to send the mammogram machines and all those kind of machines to India, and we had hard times sending it to India, and there were custom duties and all that. So we are the second institution out of 1,500 Indo-American institution who has this registration, which means that we don't have to go through the process of custom duty, taxes and all that. We were able to send the machinery, medical equipment freely to India. The World Trade Center, when the 9/11 happened, we actually collected about $12,431 for the New York firefighters. 2001, this I'm sure you might know, but I'm going to just elaborate. 2001, there was a big earthquake in Gujarat, and there were about 30,000 people died and injured, 300,000 people, and 3 million people were left homeless. This is the devastation. I have a video with me. If you see it, it's graphical. The people were just smashed. They lost their homes. They lost their family. There were kids orphaned. So this was, very bad situation. And Jaina took a stand. And I think we all should be very, very, very proud of it. We actually built a 250 home nagar. It's a township that we built in Gujarat. 100,000 plus families are living in this. They are all Jain families, and we should really be proud of. We actually raised 750K for this project. We worked with Indian government, we worked with the Gujarat government, and we were able to build this. And you see this devastation here, and this was converted to this. And this is the nagar. It has a library, it has a school, it has a medical center, you name it. This is a complete township, and we should really be proud of this. And then we had this tsunami in 2005, and the way that this project works is anytime there is a calamity, we take a stand. Okay, there is a calamity, we need to do something. Immediately we start with immediate relief plan, and then we come up with a long-term planning. As I said before, we want to make sure that the money spent is spent in a Jain way. We don't want to spend it in the wrong direction. So we thought World Community Service, I think, took an initiative that the education-based is the best way to do this. So we actually adopted a school. This school was totally collapsed, and Jaina took this stand, and you can see that our name is engraved in the school. This was adopted by us. About the cost was about $86,000 or something. 2006, Katrina, when the Katrina happened, we were there to help. We actually have a permanent rehabilitation center in Guntur. This was for the tsunami victims. In 2009, again the Palitana, most of you know this, it was inaugurated by Narendra Modi. We were part of this. We raised 100,000 for this event, and even Mr. Dalai Lama graced the program. And And then Haiti. Haiti earthquake, you know, that was, as I said, this is worldwide. We try to go wherever there is a disaster. And this is our own Dr. Sushil Jain who was there. There were 13 doctors who went to Haiti. We worked with actor CN Pan, and we raised $35,000. What we did is we bought tents because, you know, and the doctors, I should just spend another minute for the doctors who were there. The 125 degrees outside, humid, one tent, 125 people living in one tent, no fresh food, it's all pre-cooked food, and it rained every day. And these doctors, they feel so proud when they come from this operation. It was an amazing work done. And then Bidra Medical Camp, this happens every year, but in 2001 we decided to donate and contribute $51,000. Hurricane Sandy. You all know it hit hard in New York and New Jersey area. So what we did is, we initially, the way this project works is, as I said, when this hit, we contacted the executive committee and said, okay, there is a problem and we need a relief. So we spoke to the EC, and the EC said Rajiv Pandya and Sunil Jain, you know, they gave us these names. What we do is usually we work with the local sum. When the Katrina happened, we spoke to Santosh Jain because we want to make sure that the amount is channeled properly. So we contacted Rajiv Bhai and Sunil Bhai and said, okay, what can we do? They did a good research. They took a survey of what was happening, and then they said, okay, what do we want to do? They took pictures of schools, and this was the school that the basement was totally submerged. So the way we work is we talk to the local people there because we cannot go everywhere. And this project is based on the local organizations and local NGOs. They give us a report on what it is, and then we present it to the EC, and then we go from there. So we decided to fund this school. One other thing, as I said before, we want a longer sustainability. We just don't want to give them clothes and forget it. We want to do something that will give a lasting impact to the community. So this school, we funded them $28,000 to rebuild their computer lab. Now, the current affair is the Uttarakhand floods that happened. So this is currently happening. We already have the appeal letters ready. It will be blasted very soon. And so you all know about it. I don't have to say more, but about 1,100 roads are collapsed. And you can see from the pictures, there's nothing left. It's landslides, they're totally gone. This is a famous picture, it's online, so I picked it up. You can see the roads. There's no way food cannot reach, clothes cannot reach. They're the only way that they've been rescuing people from helicopters. So that is what is happening. And usually the way our project work is, we see a problem, we send out appeal letters, and if the project is strong, like the Gujarat earthquake, Palitana, or Uttarakhand, if you really, you know, we don't have to really work hard on getting the funds. We raised about $2 million in last 10 years. And if there is a project that is valuable, I think people donate it wholeheartedly. And this is the current project, and I'm sure we'll raise a good amount of money. The next project, you know, World Community Service is usually a project based. You know, we used to take a project, we used to do it, and then we used to move on to the next project. Then there were people who approached it and said, you know, we want to do something which is sustainable. We want to really, you know, have some project that is ongoing. We can still continue to do what we are doing, but we can have an ongoing project. And this is what you know, everyone is talking about after Sushil Jain, Prem Jain, is the upliftment program. About 17% of the families in India, we don't know, but if you go interior, you will see that they're all living under poverty line, not even making 5,000 rupees a month. And what is happening is the local communities help them, they give them food and shelter, but their education level is still so low, they don't find good jobs, their kids, they still suffer the same thing, they cannot go to a good education, they cannot go to a good school, and the cycle is going on, and they've been living like that for years. So what Jaina has done is we have contacted the local NGOs in India. We have a Jaina Indian Trust in India, and we work with them. What we are trying to do is we're trying to get this underprivileged families and kids who really want to do well, adopt them, Jaina has a bigger scope that we can go.
So please take a note of this, what he's mentioning is very important. If you want the project to be successful, number one, get the local people, get established NGOs, right? Without that, for example, when they were working in Staten Island, some of the Staten Island folks, right, even his family were actively involved to find which school to donate to, how to donate to. So any project that happens and needs to be conceived, you have to move fast, especially things like this. You have to figure out who the thought leaders are and the NGOs within that space and quickly make contact. So when we start raising the funds over here, we can say it's going to happen through them.
Yeah, I think that's the key, and I'm going to show what's happening is, even for the upliftment program, it is very important that we talk to the local community and get help from them, because we cannot reach everywhere. But at least if we have partnerships, that we can work with them and we can have a broader reach. So this is the program that will be ongoing, and we have profiles of kids, and it's very simple, just $20 a month for 2 years. This gives them living expenses with their educational expenses. So you can imagine, it's so cheap. And then for a family, it's about $50 a month. What we do is we actually pay the family so that they can, while the person is doing their courses, the family is still getting some money so that they can continue with their living. And once they finish their vocational training, we have already linked up with some organizations who are ready to take them and give a job for 10,000 rupees a month, which is a big money for someone who's earning 5,000. It just doubles their income. And that's how we are planning to do. We have a lot of profiles right now in hand. We have a process where I have the applications. It's on jaina.org/upliftment if you go to the upliftment webpage. And a lot of times people ask, why Jaina? Why should we donate here? And one thing that we need to stress in all our projects and everywhere is Jaina, there are a lot of organizations who do this, but with World Community Service at least, we work with the local NGOs. So the reach is immediate, it is to the point, and it is faster. The second thing we want to mention is it is 100% of the donation goes to the relief. As I said, we raised 2.5 million in 10 years, and each penny was spent for the relief. And the third thing we want to say is this is completely, the money is spent completely in a non-violent way. Like we try to put it in either education or something which is a Jain way of life. So this is the project. Any questions?